I was drinking and I walked over to her and did one of these. I actually did. Faith, will you marry me?
Welcome back to Easy Facts Buzz, where we continue to dive into the steaming pot of drama that is Lauren and Faith's relationship on 90 Day Fiancé. Now, let's break down this latest spectacle with some psychological insight and, of course, a sprinkle of sarcasm. If you thought their drama was intense before, grab your coconuts and buckle up, because we're about to get deeper into the mess than Lauren ever tried to get into, well, anyone else's business. Let's start with Lauren. Lauren's behavior is a textbook example of someone who's mastered the art of deflection. He's like a human oil slick, slippery, impossible to pin down, and always trying to escape accountability. The problem with Lauren isn't just the cheating, the flirting at the drag bar, or the creepy minor situation. Seriously, what is going on there? No, the real issue is his inability to take ownership. This behavior is a hallmark of someone who avoids facing their own flaws, perhaps because confronting them would mean having to change. And change is hard, especially when it's easier to blame everyone else.
Now we finally got some action. Tonight might be the night that me and Faith are physical.
Psychologically, Lauren might be suffering from what psychologists call narcissistic traits. This doesn't necessarily mean he's a full-blown narcissist, but the lack of self-awareness, the grandiosity of thinking he can manipulate his way out of any situation, and the blatant disregard for others' feelings, all the while demanding unconditional forgiveness, are big red flags. When someone's apologizing but only half-heartedly, or worse, trying to defend themselves with bizarre justifications.
Last night, I don't know. I don't think I was flirting with anybody.
Like the whole, I didn't flirt, I touched a minor instead, excuse. They're avoiding the hard work of genuine change.
That's what you're supposed to do. I'm just being supportive and showing them that they're doing a good job.
Yoni Yorias. By the way, I tried to approach them with respect, but little by little they started to roll their eyes.
But I didn't talk to the drag queens outside. I talked to those kids.
What do you mean?
And can we talk about the inability to learn from mistakes?
I am very disappointed because I defend him to my friends only for him to do it again and again.
A key sign of emotional immaturity is repeating the same mistakes without ever taking responsibility.
I walked over to her and did one of these. I actually did. And I said, sure, you're too young for me, and I'm here to be with my beautiful girlfriend.
Lauren's like a broken record, spinning the same old lines.
And
I was drinking and I shouldn't have got that close to her.
Waiting for things to somehow magically work out. Well, newsflash, it's not going to. But hey, if he proposes,
Ring. Here's Faith. Will you marry me?
maybe he can force some positive emotional outcome, right?
You're too young for me, and I'm here to be with my beautiful girlfriend. So I did not flirt with a drag queen. I denied the flirting of a random girl.
Now let's talk about Faith. Poor Faith, bless her soul, seems to be caught in a relationship with a man who has zero emotional maturity.
I've been racking my brain to figure out what this whole thing is about. Faith said it was a drag queen. That's why I didn't get it. If I was flirting with a drag queen, I would have known.
And yet she's the one left trying to rationalize her decisions.
It was outside or inside?
Knowing that he doesn't want me to give up on him makes me feel like he really cares about me.
From a psychological standpoint, Faith's attachment to Lauren is a classic example of emotional dependency.
For me, it's very, a mind-boggling situation.
While it's normal to want connection, Faith's decision to stay with someone who repeatedly betrays her trust can be a sign of low self-esteem or a fear of abandonment.
And you're already upset with me all the time, this whole trip. If I'm willing to just risk a relationship, just la-di-da.
People in emotionally dependent relationships tend to prioritize their partner's needs over their own, even at the cost of their own well-being. It's almost like she's trying to fix a puzzle with pieces that don't even belong together.
And you're gonna stab it into my arm like several 100,000 times. with the different colors of ink.
Faith, honey, no matter how hard you try, Lauren's not the one who will complete you.
We're boyfriend, girlfriend. We're having a good time. Next level. It's not a wedding ring, but it's something.
He's more likely to rip the puzzle apart and run off with half the pieces.
Just a little bit.
Get over here.
Faith's dilemma could be fueled by cognitive dissonance, which occurs when her mind has two conflicting beliefs. She knows Lauren has messed up again and again, but part of her still believes in the potential of the relationship.
So I don't care about magic in any way at all.
This is common in situations where we want to see the best in people, even if they continuously show us their worst. Now let's take a minute to talk about the unrealistic expectations Lauren has placed on Faith. When someone continually violates your boundaries, but you still want to stay because of the good times, you're giving them permission to hurt you more. And Lauren knows this. That's why he can go from being an emotional wrecking ball to thinking a proposal will fix everything. Spoiler alert, it won't. Proposals don't erase emotional scars or trust issues. At best, it's a Band-Aid on a bullet wound.
Here's Faith. Will you marry me?
Finally, the proposal. Lauren's idea of damage control is to ask for a lifetime commitment after all this mess.
All I'm asking is for you to say yes. It's an honest question.
What better way to heal the wound than with a shiny, commitment-based tourniquet? His timing is impeccable. Right after being caught in a string of embarrassing decisions. You know, because nothing says, I'm serious about us, like popping the question after literally showing zero regard for her emotions. I think, sure, Lauren proposed during an apology tour. After all, what could go wrong?
Anything you want ever in life, I'll do for you. I'll work hard for your family. Anything you want. And I love you. Roller coaster of love, right? All the fun stuff.
What's happening here is a textbook case of gaslighting. Lauren is trying to make Faith doubt her own sanity. Was I flirting with drag queens or minors? Because that's totally the same thing, right? Faith is being coerced into believing she's overreacting, or that somehow this twisted version of reality is normal. He's rewriting history to make his questionable actions seem justified. That's not love, that's manipulation.
Yeah, it's a yes.
It's a yes.
Rewind, please.
So where do we go from here? Will Faith finally open her eyes and realize that her relationship with Lauren is toxic? Or will she be swept up in the wave of denial and continue down this train wreck of a relationship? One thing's for sure, this isn't love. It's a masterclass in emotional manipulation, self-sabotage, and poor decision-making. Ugh. But hey, if you're looking for life lessons on what not to do in a relationship, Lauren and Faith are offering a front row seat to the most spectacular disaster since that time someone thought proposing during an apology tour was a good idea. Spoiler, it wasn't. Thanks for tuning in, folks. If you're ready to learn from Lauren's mistakes or just enjoy the chaos from a safe distance, like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. And remember, if your partner pulls a Lauren, it's probably time to grab that coconut and make a run for it.